Rant summer is here. Head on over to AJsRANTroom.com. We got all of your summer needs covered. From bathing suits to swim trunks, flip-flops and tote bags, towels, tanks, and muscle shirts. Oh, and you can't forget about the visors and the hats. It's lit. So head on over to AJsRANTroom.com and get your summer poppin'. You won't be disappointed. It's always lit over at AJsRANTroom.com. We got the best bags and accessories, our beloved Black Series. We got fresh lids for you hat lovers, fire jackets and hoodies, and of course we got you covered on the t-shirts. And introducing our first shoe line, Aloysius Germain. So get on over to AJsRANTroom.com today and get to shopping. You won't be disappointed.
Bird's the word. Bird's the word. Bird's the word. Happy. Hump day, everybody. How do? What's good? How's everybody doing this fine Wednesday afternoon in July, where it's not crazy hot just yet, but we're doing all right. We got a lot to cover today, including some foolala out in Detroit and some National Anthem foolala as well. But let's preamble a little bit. Shout out to one of the dopest vice presidents, Mr. J.D. Vance, who cast a tie-breaking vote in the Senate yesterday to approve $9 billion in Doge cuts. This includes cuts to NPR, PBS, and USAID. And who cares? The government should not be subsidizing stuff that does not benefit the actual people of the country. And I think that I don't even know why that needs to be said at this point. Right. We all know that waste, fraud, and abuse has been an issue for decades in our government, and now we have somebody doing something about it, and we still don't like it. No, it's not that you don't like it, you just don't like who's doing it. That's it. I got it. Figured it out. Yeah, I don't like who's doing it. It's not that you don't like it. You just don't like the person doing it. And of course, the usual culprits, 3 GOP votes, three GOP no votes, McConnell. I'm surprised let me shut up. He's gone after this. He's retired, so he's on his way out the door. Collins, I believe she's from Maine, and Murkowski. So of course the usual suspects voted no, and JD Vance came in there and said, "Hey, not so fast." I will break the tie. And so thank God, we have enough in the Senate to get things passed. We didn't need the filibuster. Thank God we need that either. But we're making progress. Promises made, promises kept. More promises made, more promises kept. I won't be talking about the Epstein nothing unless something really substantive happens with that whole Epstein conversation. Otherwise, I don't care. I just don't care. But anyway, so yeah, we're starting to see some of the works and coming through, and then we also understood that a lot of the money going to those NPR, PBS stuff wasn't even used for the proper things. But we'll sit here and play like, oh, we don't understand what's going on. Yeah, you knew what was going on, and you knew that everything that was going on was foul, but you didn't care. As long as you're in power, as long as you have the leader you like, you just overlook everything. See, I don't overlook stuff with Donald Trump. I leave that to other people to do. Donald Trump says or does something I think is boneheaded. Guess what? I say it. I don't care. I'm not a fan. I hired Donald Trump to do a job. Anyway, onward and onward to our favorite daytime Miss Piggy, Anna Navarro, who decided she was gonna go. Well, I think she's now like one of the contributing people on CNN, and so now she decided to say this and quickly started moonwalking.
Also, I want to respond to you saying that I was hyperbolic when I talked about a reign of terror.
Because that is hyperbolic.
No, it might be hyperbolic for you as a white man.
Oh, okay.
It's certainly
So
not hyperbolic for me as a
racist
Latino.
now.
No, I'm not being racist.
It's incredible to dismiss my opinion for being a white.
That's not racist. That's reality. Keep going.
No, I'm not dismissing your opinion. I am telling you that the Latino community, the brown community in America. Okay, well, let me speak with my voice. I mean, you said I was being hyperbolic. Let me respond.
Racially, sure.
I'm not. You being a white man as an insult?
When you invoke it to dismiss my
being
opinion,
a white man
yes.
as an insult?
When you invoke it,
Do you think Latinos are living under circumstances that other people may not be right now in this country?
We're about to have a whole conversation about that very thing. But I just want to make a point that, Brad, all she's saying is that her view of the situation is different from yours. I don't think that's an insult.
She basically said, I'm wrong because I'm a white man.
She just said, I see it differently.
I see it differently.
She said, I see it differently from you, which is not an insult. It's not, and it's also not a racial insult.
It's also not an explanation why I'm wrong.
But we have a lot more to discuss on this very topic, so we'll have some time in the
Clean up on aisle 5. More victimhood. We got more victimhood, everybody. Anna, this is what people do, is that they dismiss you because of your race, or they assume they know who you are, what you've experienced because of the color of your skin, or because of the title you have, or because of the political view you have. They think they know everything about you. This is where you FAFO. This is where you mess it all up, right? Stop it. All you had to say, I mean, the moment you were called a racist, you started moonwalking, and you trying to soften the blow. No, you were being a bigot. If he stood on it, I remember the Muslim. Remember when the white dude? I forgot who it was. Was it a white dude or was it a black Republican? It was either way. It's the same damn thing to them, right? Said something about Muslims and was never invited back. Was told he can't come back on the show. The very same show. Yeah, remember that? Oh yeah, but if that white man sat there and said, well, as a Hispanic, y'all would have, oh my God, it would have literally been the end of the world. Y'all would have been screaming and yelling and complaining and crying and screaming about nothing. So stop it. Just own your bigotry. Own your bigotry. You think as a white man he can't relate to something, and that's stupid. That's a stupid point of view to have. I don't know why people think white people don't struggle. White people struggle just like everybody else. Most white people are not rich. Contrary to popular belief, most white people are not rich. There you have it. So a lot of people are keeping their head above water, making a way if they can. And even if he does come from privilege, that doesn't mean he doesn't understand. That doesn't mean he doesn't understand. So please stop. Cut the malarkey. Cut the malarkey. Because y'all know damn well if the roles were reversed, y'all would have been sitting here crying, screaming, clawing, biting, punching, calling racism, and wanted him fired from the show. He probably would have been fired on the air just like the other dude was. So stop it. It is a double standard, and it's ridiculous. Like, if someone has an opinion you don't like, you don't have to bring up their race. Just bring up your perspective. What is the point of saying as a white man? Just say my perspective is different and then talk your shit. But coming up here, bringing up someone's race, and then when they call you out for it now, oh, well, that's not how I meant it. You people are exhausting. I don't even know why people still book this woman. Why do they still book Miss Piggy? Oh, because she's anti-Trump. That's right. She's anti-Trump. If she was a pro-Trump what is she? Cuban? Guatemalan? She's something. But I promise you, if she was pro-Trump, she would not be on these platforms. She's a Republican, allegedly. I don't know if she's still a Republican, but she alleges she's a Republican or was a Republican. And you always find these former Republicans or these never Trumpers acting like crazy people. Here's the problem with Republicans before Trump. You had no fucking backbone. You had no backbone. You couldn't stand up. You couldn't stand up and say it like you mean it. Anytime you would call a racist, Republicans would cower. Oh my God, we're not racist. We're not racist. Who cares if someone thinks you're racist? That's like when like someone on the left, if you have a liberal mindset or whatever, and every time you open your mouth, someone thinks you're saying something woke, or that you're pandering to victimhood or something like that. No, it doesn't mean just because you're on the left and you have an opinion I don't like that's automatically what you're catering to. That just means that's your perspective, But there was no need to bring that man's race into the conversation. And then when you got called out for it, you started crying and backtracking, and then you had to get saved by who? Of the black woman. The same black woman that kicked a man off the same show, her show, for saying something about Muslims. I forgot what it was. I wish I had a moment to look it up, but nah, get on out of here with that mess. Get on off of that thing. Hold on 2 seconds. Hold up. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay, boop it. What you got? All right. God, I saw this last night. I'm sure many of y'all saw it last night. So, if you don't know who this person is, I didn't know who he was until yesterday either. He's a singer. I'm sure, as you can tell, and and apparently he has sung the national anthem before. At I don't know if it's the same event, but this was I think this was NBA's Pride Night or something like that. I don't know, but it was something Pride Night. I don't know if it was for the NBA or like it was some subdivision basketball. I don't know what the hell it was, but so he decided to go up there, and they hired him to sing the national anthem again. And then wait, I'm confused right now. Oh God. Okay, there we go. I'm all over the place. Oh wait, it's already there. I was already there. It's already there. So he decided to sashay his ass up there and sing this.
Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Did y'all catch it? Did y'all catch it? Tell me if y'all caught it before I go on. Did y'all catch what he did there? I'll start with this. Decent voice, right? He has a decent voice. He's not the greatest singer to ever pick up a microphone, but decent voice, right? He can sing, right? What was the point of doing that? What was the point of desecrating the national anthem? And which one is it? Let's start with this one. Which one is it? Are y'all oppressed, repressed, depressed, suppressed, under the ground, under the law, can't do anything, you have no rights, you can't do anything you want to do, or are you in the land of the free? Which one is it? Because it can't be both. It can't be both. Oh, yeah. Oh, Ink, yes, he did. Oh, matter of fact, because I wanted to make sure everybody caught it. Let's play it again.
Oh, say, home of the gays.
And if you didn't hear it the first time, he said it again for you. Yeah, we're not feeling that. And I hope you're never booked to sing the national anthem ever again. His Instagram account, oh, I forgot to do a graphic for it, but his Instagram account, he has about 51,000 followers on Instagram. And where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's his name is Uche, and he's a musician. And his caption says, "Look good, sound better, hashtag pretty boy shit." Now, I don't know if he has a resume. I don't know. I don't know a song. I never heard of this man before yesterday. But don't do that shit again. That was absolute. That was so disgraceful. That was disgusting. And they always, why always got to be one of us? Why it always got to be one of us? You couldn't just sing the damn song like you sung it before. Land of the free, home of the brave. Land of the free, home of the brave. I mean, we could look past all the Mariah Carey hand and stuff and just sing the song. But when you start desecrating the actual song, like the other lady who was told distinctively not to sing that song in Spanish. She was told by the producer, do not sing this song in Spanish. And what she go out there and do? Sing the song in Spanish. And was escorted out that motherfucking stadium, and it wasn't worth it. You singing for illegal immigrants who are not just Hispanic. Illegal immigrants come from all over the world. Y'all just get there's more y'all because y'all closer. That's it. If Mexico is where fucking Cameroon is, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. But this dumb shit, no. I don't care if it's a pride night. I don't care if it's the playoff games. I don't give a damn what it is. I don't even understand. Why do they need pride nights? What is the point of a pride night for football, baseball, basketball, hockey? Who cares? What is the point? Of course, I can remember the words, Ike. I wrote it. You wrote the motherfucking song, and now you can't remember the goddamn words. How many times I gotta tell her this? Anyway. Oh my gosh. These are, moments like this, I really miss Whitney Houston. People who just did the damn thing, did it right, did it for the love of country and not for some personal agenda. Because sports used to be the thing that brought people together, right? It used to be the one thing. I mean, we could have all our differences, politics, race, whatever. But the one time we could actually be sort of neutral was in sports, right? You could come together, you could watch football, basketball, baseball, whatever. And then we're all just coexisting, right? In spite of our differences, right? Then you have players on the field from all types of backgrounds, some more liberal, some more conservative, some in the middle, some who don't care. And that's the beauty of America, is that we have all of these different perspectives who can coexist, but now it's becoming extreme, right? So when it becomes extreme, when one side gets extreme, then the other side feels the need to get extreme, right? That's all it is. One reacting to the other. That's where we are in this society. Now, if we say you can't sing the national anthem ever again because we don't trust you, you know, the producers were standing there. As soon as he said that last note, the producers probably took the headset off and was screaming. What the did you just do? Because you understand, producers are under a lot of pressure at these events. They're under a lot of pressure. The talent they book. Apparently, when you sing the national anthem, you pre-record a track just in case your voice goes out and you can't sing that day. So now you have the pre-recorded track in case you can't sing live that day. A lot of work goes into that couple of minutes. And now that producer's like, damn, if I'm on another, because it's all about relationships. The industry is all about relationships. So now if that producer goes on to do greater work, and they're like, oh, damn, this Uche guy would have been perfect. But I can't hire him because I don't trust him. Can't hire him. I can't guarantee that he's gonna do, because then you start fucking with my money. You start fucking with my job, right? Right. Because I brought you in here. Right. So if I bring you in here and you decide to shit all over this, that's on me. They'll be like, you brought him in here, right? You brought him in here, right? Well, then they think you don't have discernment, right? Because the discernment I would have had with the Hispanic woman who went and sang the anthem in Spanish, I would have looked in her eyes and I would have known she was gonna be defiant, and I would have said, "Nah, we good. Go play because there's always a backing track that's available, right? So go play the backing track. Go play the pre-recorded band of the national anthem. Everybody stand, take your hat off, put your hand over your heart, and we're good. Bam, no drama, no stupidity, right? I would have said, "Nah, I don't trust you," and I would have pulled her right in that moment. I don't trust you. I'm pulling her. Play the track. Plan B. Let's go. Plan B. We're going to Plan B, y'all. Because performed what? The national anthem? I know Mariah Carey performed America the Beautiful, but I don't know if she's performed the national anthem. I'm pretty sure she has. But and Carrie Underwood, I'm sure she has too. But I don't remember if she ever, like, off the top of my head. But I'll give you my top national anthems. Marvin Gaye, Fergie. I'm joking. Chris Stapleton. Of course, Whitney Houston. That would probably be my top 3 right there. Oh, I liked no, I didn't love their version. In Vogue did a good version of it, but it was just too doo-woppy, It was it was a lot. I did like Destiny's Child's version of the national anthem. That was a good version of the national anthem too. I like was it Kelly Clarkson? I think I liked her version of it too. But yeah, those are my top 3. It's so funny that we talk about the national anthem because I just watched like a Watch Mojo countdown of the top 30 worst national anthems ever. Like, of course, Fergie was number 1. That was crazy. But dude, back to homeboy over here. Don't do that shit again. It was not cool. And then he doubled and tripled down on it on his social media. And people don't realize the damage they do to their professional careers because y'all think this hyper ridiculousness is going to last forever, and it's not. So what happens when we get back to the center of everything, where everybody can have a voice and coexist without being doxxed and their lives destroyed? When we get back to that place, no one's going to hire you. Yeah. No one's going to hire you. He was on the list. Carl Lewis was on the list. Roseanne was on the list. A lot of people on the list. People I didn't even know sang the national. I didn't know R. Kelly did the national anthem. and he did like this ridiculous R&B version of it. It was a lot of stuff going on. People forgetting the words. Christina Aguilera was on that list. Yeah, there were a few versions that was just not. Oh, I didn't know Anita Baker did the national anthem. And here's the thing with the national anthem: not everybody's voice is made to interpret the national anthem the way, say, a Whitney Houston did it, right? Not everybody has that. Anita Baker doesn't have that. So what I would have liked from Anita Baker was, one, to not sing it a cappella, and two, just stay in your vocal range. Not everybody has to belt out the high E over middle C. Not everybody got that. And it's okay. It's okay. That's the beauty in all of our voices. They're all different. They all contribute something different, right? People think in order to be a great singer, you got to hit every damn note on the scale. No, most singers can't do that. You know, stay in your range. Know your voice and stay in your range. You know, damn. You know who Gladys Knight is a great example of a person who she sticks to the range. She ain't trying to do no really high songs. She ain't trying to do no crazy riffs and runs. No. She sings it straight and she sounds amazing. Know your instrument. Just know your instrument. Know what you're working with, and thank God for what you got, and go out there and use it. Oh my gosh. Yes, the high E over middle C. Ain't nothing like Whitney Houston. She could hit the high E. Even Christina Aguilera, as great as her voice was, she botched it. She botched the moment. You know, just because you're a great singer doesn't mean you're made for that moment. Period. Dot. Anyway. All right. So let's talk about this crazy story. This crazy thing coming out of Detroit with this woman who was stabbed to death by an employee during the morning shift, one of her employees during the morning shift, because she got sent home multiple days and all these other excuses. I am so tired of seeing stories like this where people don't know how to be professional, figure out their next steps, and leave a job. All anyway, let me play the clip first before I start going off about this stupidity.
A manager at the McDonald's on 9 Mile told Muhammad to go home early yesterday morning. She then allegedly left and then came back with a knife. Witnesses say a customer fired a shot to stop the attack and then held Muhammad at gunpoint until police could arrive. And family of the victim yesterday identified the manager as 39-year-old Jennifer Harris, a single mom of 6 that will be deeply missed.
That was ridiculous. This is the culprit. Her name is Afeni Mohammed. And we're going to show a couple of videos from her very disturbing Instagram page. It's clear that this woman has a lot of mental issues. Nothing's really come out as to how she got hired and, you know, why she was being repeatedly sent home, but we can pretty much imagine the reasons why a manager will repeatedly send someone home, right? Especially a manager who was at McDonald's, because I think this woman worked there for a long time. She worked there for a long time. I think over 10 years she was working at that McDonald's. And so generally, a manager with that much experience is sending you home because you're showing up and not doing your job, or you're showing up late repeatedly. You're being rebellious in moments where you don't need to be rebellious. You're disrespecting customers, something along those lines. Usually those are the reasons you get sent home early, right? And the fact that it happened multiple times, and nobody, no, I'm not going to say that yet. And you have people out here actually defending this trash. And we'll get to that in a second. But this is just a unfortunate incident. And this is the problem when you have businesses in the hood and you have to hire people from the community because you're not getting the best and the brightest. You're not getting the most ambitious people. You're not getting the nicest people, the most sane people, the people who don't understand, okay, you don't have to work here. You have other options. So if you want to figure something out, just figure it out. You don't, matter of fact, just don't come back. So let's get into one of her social media posts. This is, I think, the day she did it or the day before, because she did it in the morning. She unalived Jennifer in the morning. And so I'm not sure if this was the same morning or if this was the day before, but either way, it's all in the same sphere. So
I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her.
She didn't come in that store talking to everybody like everybody was beneath her. I know this type of person. I know them before they even start talking. I would never hire her, first of all. Even if I was short staffed, I would never hire a person like this because I automatically knows what comes with it. Everything is someone else's fault. You being late is someone else's fault. You having a bad attitude is someone else's fault. You not being mentally ready to work today is somebody else's fault. There's a thing in theater where we call, because not every night you want to be on stage, right? Not every night you want to be on stage. You don't want to be singing these damn songs tonight. You don't want to be doing these lines. You don't want to be doing acrobatics. You don't want to do any of this tonight. But that's the nights you rely on your technique. And so you have to figure out something. How, when you don't feel like being here, how are you going to manage this day? That's up to you to figure out, not the manager. So if you haven't figured out a way to productively get through your day when you're not having a good one, that's on you, not the manager. She wasn't bullying you. If she was doing all those things, why you didn't report her to corporate? Why you didn't go to HR? Why you didn't do anything? You thought that the best solution was to go stab her. If you don't leave me,
she
the
has
hell
no
alone,
respect.
She doesn't have to have respect for you. You probably came in there the most disrespectful of them all. And every manager is different. Not every manager is going to be lenient. Not every manager is going to give you a pass when you're late. Some managers, you late once. Don't do that shit again. Don't do it again. Other managers, they may give you a little leeway. But clearly, Jennifer didn't seem like she was that type of manager. Because people don't realize the responsibility is different when you're in management. It's not this stuff y'all, managers are there before and they're there after. They have to report back to the actual corporation. They have to deal with that stuff. You just get to show up and make some French fries. You ain't got to do no extra work. But they do. And if you don't like your job, quit. Quit. Here's homegirl on her social media wielding the knife that she allegedly unalived Jennifer with. Really? Really? Mm-mm-mm.
Nah, this stays at home though. I'm not gonna bring this to work because that wouldn't look right, I guess.
That wouldn't look right, I guess.
I got sent home early.
Yeah, we heard all that. That this video, this is the longer version of the video. These are different videos of hers.
I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I tell her, no, I make peace. That's what I'm doing. I be catching her. So her, all that animosity and shit that she keep putting in the air and stuff, then trying to tell me, I'm always snapping on people. No, that's false.
So she's just making up that you're wilding out on people. She just made that up. This woman just made it up. You took this woman off the earth and away from her 6 children for nothing then. She just made it up.
No, I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I tell her, no, I make peace. That's what I'm doing.
You don't make peace. You're an animal. This goes back to what was his name? Jordan Neely. This goes back to people like Jordan Neely and others like that who, where was your community before it got to the point of no return? Before it got to the point of no return and you stabbed this woman and then the judge gave you a $25 million bond. Where were you before that? Where was the community before? Where was her loved ones before this moment?
I've been creating peace. So all that negative energy that she's bringing in there and trying to manipulate it, no, that's going to stop. All that negative shit she's saying about, her personal life, all of that. No, she's bringing all of that in there and then playing games saying she want to take her belt off and beat somebody. Y'all act like my kids in here. No, we ain't your kids.
I'm pretty sure she said that jokingly. And y'all probably are her kids. She was 39 years old. So she already knows the behavior that you're exhibiting because I'm sure she's seen it in one of her own children. So taking that personally is stupid. It's still not a reason to stab this woman.
Respect us. Stop talking to us like that. That shit is crazy. I'm telling you.
Quick little story. So I had one retail job in my life. One. It was that vitamin shop. I worked there almost 6 months. The manager who hired me was this little frail white girl. She was clearly not built to manage the store that was as busy as that store. And eventually she got moved out into the desert to a smaller vitamin shop, right? And so the regional manager, he would come in and he would be an asshole to her. I mean, have this woman crying, flushed, not sleeping at night, working overnight to get the schedules together and the inventory and why the numbers aren't up and all this stuff. And then she come in the next day and she take it out on us, right? She's like, I need you to upsell. I need you to do this. If they come in, and they just want to buy this, try to upsell them on this stuff and right. Fine. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not taking this personal. I'm not internalizing this. So when she got shipped out, he then got demoted for hiring her. He got demoted to store manager. So he became our store manager. And then he cut my hours. Because of course I'm not just going to take whatever little money you decide. I'm like, okay, can I get $2 more? Whatever. And so he decided to cut my hours. And then as soon as he did that, my instinct wasn't to stab him to death. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And the next day I came in and the assistant manager who was actually one of the people who hired me, who was like, yeah, he's the one. We were standing there at the counter. It wasn't busy. I was like, cool. I had printed up. I had drafted a resignation letter. I printed it out. I signed it right there in front of him and I handed it to him. He's like, oh, no, come on, man. I heard you, man. I was like, no, I can't. I could deal with you being an asshole. I can't deal with you fucking with my money. So once you start fucking with my money, I gotta go. So He was like, okay, I respect that. I respect that. Blah, 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 blah. And that was it. I knew I would never work retail again. I'm good. I came, I saw, it was great. What's next? I didn't come back the next day and take homeboy out. Carry on.
But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody will have to do something about that. It's not funny. It's not fair. It isn't funny at all.
It's not fair and it's not funny. And you could have just quit. Imagine if you had just quit. Or if you took the note she was giving you, got responsible, and showed up to work the way your manager needed you to show up to work. What about that option? What about that option? Huh? Was that not an option?
Oh. So, you know, she could keep being a bully if she wants to, but that shit is going to catch up to her.
It's going to catch up to her.
Because it ain't funny at all. It ain't. I was wrongfully treated today at work.
So do you think if I'm wrongfully treated at work, I'm going to social media to say it?
I was literally physically tapped on a lot of times.
Oh my God, she was tapped on. Geez, could it have been that maybe you weren't paying attention, or maybe you had on headphones, or maybe you didn't hear them and so they tapped you? I don't know.
My name kept getting called. I was doing a great job. I kept getting sabotaged.
Victim.
Tempted so my button can get pressed and I can go out of character. So although I went out of character, all I could say was stop talking to me. That's all I could say. Stop talking to me. And to walk into my space, still bothering me, and I said, get away from me. Please get out of my space if you don't mind. I can't talk right now, and you still continue to touch me. That made me very unhappy. It was ridiculous. Because I know that I'm a great person.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I won't be tolerating that. So since they decided to bully me, let the universe show them what's next. Because it wasn't right. It was ridiculous. And there will be hell to pay for that. Without a doubt.
Well, a great person you're not. The solution is so easy here. I'm pretty sure in that neighborhood there's like Subway, Burger King, Wingstop, all these other fast food chains. I'm sure is in that neighborhood. You couldn't just go find a job in one of those other places? Had you been fired before from one of those other places? I got questions. I don't know if I'll follow this case because I'm really not that interested. But what I do care about is the woman who got killed here. Because a lot of times with blacks like this is they don't, a lot of times they don't like rules. They don't like boundaries. They don't like to be on time because remember, being on time is white supremacy. So they don't like being on time. They don't like showing up with a good attitude. This is going to be days where you not having a great day, but you got to show up. That's it. You may not be having a great day personally, but you got to show up at work. And so there was probably a reason why all of these things was happening, but your people like this will often just paint themselves out to be the big bad victim, the big, I was pushed too far. Motherfucker, it was McDonald's. It was McDonald's. You were flipping fries and making burgers. It is not that complicated. And so the most heartbreaking part of this is these 6 children who no longer have their mother. And of course, I really don't particularly like this moment because I think that the cameras, the news people should have backed off when they showed up to the restaurant because this just happened. It just happened. I'm literally walking into a crime scene and only to find out that my mother has just been stabbed to death. I don't even know how or why they answered questions at this point.
Tell us about your sweet mom. My mama was a good person. She was the best mom anybody could ever ask for. My mama, she woke up every day and went to work for us. My mama died trying to take care of us. She died. My God. She was so good to everybody. A hard-working woman. So kind. If anybody needed help, she would give you her last. Give you the shirt off her back. She did not deserve that at all.
How many kids does your mom have?
6. All 6 of us. Me and my
5 girls
siblings.
and 1 boy.
My brother. And she's aware that she took us from her. We met everybody at McDonald's. My mama always shared with everybody that she loved her kids, showed them pictures of us. We would come up here. We met her co-worker.
So y'all, not only did this animal work at the restaurant, you met her children. Now, of course, society being society, there's always a few dummies who will find a way to explain away why, how, or to even mock these 6 babies who just lost their mother in a senseless act of violence.
My mama died trying to take care of us. No, your mom died bullying a little girl. Your mom died taking advantage of a little girl and taking advantage of her position. That's why your mom died. I've seen a couple TikToks of that girl that killed that manager at the McDonald's. She had been posting TikToks before this happened, and she expressed her concern and how tired she was of this girl bullying.
Bitch, quit! If you're being bullied, you either take it up or you quit. You are responsible for you in those situations. You are not responsible for what other motherfuckers are doing in that situation. You are responsible for you. So if you're so fed up, you're so tired, you can't do it, it's an injustice, bitch, quit! A job is a fucking job. And then you have stupid, retarded people like this who will hop their asses on the internet, turn on their $2,000 device and say the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Bullying her. This lady was harassing her. She was
bullshit.
Bullying.
So the fuck what?
Her.
Quit.
She was sending her home early.
That's the problem with you ghetto animals. You subhumans. You dogs. Nobody owes you a motherfucking thing in this world. Not even respect. So if you're not getting respect, guess whose responsibility to make sure you get it? You, motherfucker. You keep giving your time and your talent to somewhere where you're being disrespected. You're a fucking idiot.
Every day. She even went on her day off to make up for some hours.
So what? So what? You had to you went on your day off and had a little act right in you. You lucky that was available to you. Because if I was your manager, you would have been out there the first time you popped off, you would have been fired. But I would have never hired you because I could have looked in your eyes and told you was fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I ain't got time to deal with it. I got a store to manage. I got money to make. I have a business to run. I have customers waiting to be fed. I don't have time for this. I don't have time to be dealing with your personal bullshit.
She's a manager. She's the one that has to approve for her to go on her day off to make up hours. And when she got there, she sent her home. You don't treat people like that.
Yeah. She sent her home because she just said, yeah, I know I told you to come and go home. She was sent home for a reason. How dare you vilify this woman for being a great, from by all accounts, an effective manager? Because just saying you're being bullied don't mean shit in the court of law. You got to prove that. Prove she was unjustly sending you home. Prove that she was attacking you and harassing you. Prove it. Because I'm pretty sure this retarded bitch didn't think that far ahead. She thought with her feelings, went with her emotions, and made one of the worst decisions she could ever make. And you got this dumb bitch up here justifying it.
You don't know what people are going through. You don't know what.
No, we don't know what people are going through. No, we don't know what people are going through. You think everything I go through, it's an opportunity for me to lash out at the world? Lash out at people that ain't got nothing to do with it? Go to work and be the biggest asshole I can be? You think that's what that is?
What people have went through, and you don't know when people are gonna snap.
That's an excuse. Those are all excuses. And this is why you bum motherfuckers shoot for minimum wage. This is why minimum wage is your goal. You low ambition, uninspired donkeys. This is why. It is not that manager's job to teach you to bring you up. It's her job to run her fucking store efficiently. And if you can't handle it, take yourself out. It's a dog eat dog motherfucking world.
You got all these kids and you left all your kids because you couldn't just be fucking nice to someone.
Yeah, I got to be nice to an employee who isn't up to par. You could tell this is a trash person. She's a trash, low-level employee herself. And she probably shows up to work late all the time. And she probably has a manager that lets her get away with it. Your mental issues have nothing to do with me running my store. They ain't got nothing to do with me. You think this woman, who's apparently a single mother of 6 kids, she got a lot on her fucking plate. I don't got time to be dealing with my 6 kids and then coming here dealing with your bullshit. No, I need you to do your job. What happens when people don't do their jobs? They get fired. I got fired from my first full-time job. I got fired. I didn't understand at the time because I was too young and stupid. But now I understand. As a super grown ass, I get it now. I get why I got fired. But really? So yeah, so you're not being treated the way you would like. So therefore, I'm gonna come stab you tomorrow. I'm being sent home clearly for a reason, but it's the manager's fault because the manager just take my shit. No, the fuck out of here.
You couldn't just be nice, a good fucking human.
She was a good human being, and you're a stupid, dumb, retarded human being. I'm not gonna call you a bitch anymore. I ain't gonna promise that, but I'm gonna try.
Human being, you couldn't do it.
She really thinks she's doing something here, right? You are doing nothing but placating to the other low IQ baboons. Yes, I was mistreated through it. My job. I worked at Chili's for 25 years, even though the manager was a complete jerk to me. It's your fucking fault, not the manager's fault. You aspire so low that you could only see yourself as an entry-level employee at the fucking store. That's you.
I'm not glad that happened to her.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I don't think anybody has the right to take someone's life.
Oh, yeah. Oh, now we have empathy. Now we sympathize with the woman who's no longer here, whose children won't have any more birthdays, won't have any more Mother's Days with their mother. Oh, no, yeah. Oh, now we care.
You didn't give life, God did, so you don't take it. But this is a perfect example.
Oh, now God. We gonna bring God into it.
Of what can happen if you're a shitty person.
How do you know she was a shitty person? Because some mentally ill, deranged mongrel got on her social media and said so? You know how many times I've been called an asshole? Rude, disrespectful by generally weak-minded people. Because I'm trying to build something and you're in the way of it because you are a fat dancer and I don't want you here. Because you are a lazy administrative and I don't need you here. If I have to step in and do what the fuck you're doing, why are you here? I don't have time to massage your feelings. I got personal issues. Should I just come to work every day and dump it all over you? No. We have a mission and a vision every day, and you're not doing your part. So if you're not doing your part, you're going to get called out on it. Call me difficult, call me an asshole, call me whatever you want. But the one thing you won't call me is your bitch. So being a firm manager is not being a bad person. Being a person who knows what they want, what they need, and how they need it is not a bad person. Even in their delivery. If you don't like someone's delivery. Okay, quick story time since Prince brought it up. So there was this fat dude and he never spoke to me again, mind you. This was in college. And I was doing auditions because my then college club was doing a concert. And so we needed dancers. And so he brought his fat ass in there. And I don't even remember saying this. I was told that I said this because you know me, I don't remember most shit. And he can't do the stuff. Like, you can't do what I need you to do. And then you're rude on top of that. So now you come in, not only did you come in and you're rude, you want me to respect you back. You don't get your fat, disgusting. I'm moving on.
I'm not saying she was a shitty person. I'm saying it looks like she was taking advantage of her position of management.
No. She was a manager. That you don't take advantage of your position. If your manager is too firm, you don't like how they run their, get the hell on. You don't have to stay there. You're not chained to a job. It's a job. You're not chained to a job. Yeah, he was no Heavy D Prince. Not at all. Heavy D was actually a really good dancer.
Manager at that McDonald's. I don't think she planned it. I don't think she's gonna go to prison.
She planned it, and she planned it. Her fucking social media shows that she planned it. What the fuck are you talking about? She was sent home. Went home, came back 5 minutes later. She planned it. She planned it. Premeditation doesn't take but a couple of seconds. So she could have sat home for 2 seconds and said, you know what, I'm going to go back and kill this bitch. Boom.
And for the rest of her life, she'll probably get manslaughter. I think she was tired of the bullshit.
No. She's going to get first degree, and she's going up the river.
And didn't think about it and just went inside.
Making excuses for bad behavior.
And did what she did. But this is what happens when you're a shitty human being. When you're shitty to other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I don't coddle your feelings. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not here to coddle your feelings. I'm here to get a job done. If you want your feelings coddled, get in a relationship or go see a therapist. That's part of the responsibility when you're in a relationship. You had a stressful day, you go home, you talk to your boo about it, right? That's what you do, right? You don't bring it into work. Now, I understand sometimes personal issues can override work, but that's when you take off or you quit or you make it clear what's going on, right? I understand life sometimes, but this bullshit that she's complaining about in these videos, nobody cares. This is average everyday bullshit.
I don't know if she was treating her different because she looked different.
Okay, I'm sick of this woman. Get her off my screen, please. Please get off my screen. I'm too frustrated. And then you have one more dummy who decided, oh, he's got to get online and make this stupid hot take because, of course, why not?
Let me tell you why 26-year-old Afeni Muhammad should not be in jail. Let me tell you why Afeni Muhammad should not have a $25 million bail for unaliving her 39-year-old manager, Jennifer Harris, mother of 6, inside of McDonald's in Michigan. Afeni Muhammad does not deserve to be behind bars because society has failed to help a woman that was used, abused, and obviously suffering from mental illness.
Wait. It's society's responsibility. It's society's responsibility to coddle you through life. People got their own problems, their own things going on, and they got to work, and they got to provide, and they got to do all this. The world don't have time. That is your responsibility. Your responsibility. Where's your village? Again, like with Jordan Neely. Before he got on that train that day, no longer a Michael Jackson impersonator, cracked out. What happened to his village before it got to the point of no return? That is her responsibility. She is a grown-ass woman. And if she needs help, and if her family was quote-unquote there, then why didn't her family intervene? Why is she out here in society by herself? If you know she's mentally unstable and on the verge of committing crimes, why the hell is she allowed to roam without her village?
The courts are bringing up Afeni's prior incident with the poker as part of the reason for her getting this $25 million.
She should have got no damn bail. It should have been no bond. She should have just been held with no bond. Yes, the prior is going to come up.
bun, but they're failing to acknowledge that this woman was in an extremely abusive
because you got to add those dramatic, traumatic, victimized words. Extremely traumatically abusive, because there's mildly abusive relationships. I was moderately abused. What the fuck? Have any of y'all been moderately abused?
DV relationship involving alcohol, which caused her to use the poker to defend herself.
Mm-hmm. So she used the poker to defend herself in a domestic violence situation. Sure, we're buying that. We're buying that.
Afeni's IG is littered with videos of her begging for someone to help her to get.
Where the fuck is her? Again, this goes back to what I said at the top of the damn segment. Where's her people? Her family, who quote unquote DM'd one of these TikTok people after she made a video. Talk about, oh, she was, you don't understand her life. No, where the fuck were y'all? Y'all knew how unhinged this girl was. Y'all knew already. And you did nothing. You did nothing because why? You got your own lives and responsibilities. You can't sit there every day and coddle her and hold her hand because you got your own lives.
Get proper housing so she can get away from the new man in her life that was
where was her people? Where was her people?
Treating her as nothing more than a piece of meat.
Oh, a piece of meat. I'm not even gonna say it.
Add to that ongoing mental illness and a boss that you claim is bullying you on the job and stopping you from making the money that you need to get away from your abuser.
You're being sent home because of you. You're not being sent home because your manager is an asshole. So the first time the manager sent you home, you should have figured out how you fucked that moment up, why you got sent home. Because I'm sure if it was some minor thing, she wouldn't have sent you home. Right. So you figure out what you did wrong and you don't do it again. But clearly you did it again. Or you did something else reprehensible and you got sent home again. But no, it's everyone else's fault. Everyone else's fault. It's everyone else. Everyone.
And you get yourself an old-fashioned recipe for disaster. No, Afeni should not be in jail right now.
Yes, she should. She should be in jail. There should be no bond. So the fact that there's even 25 million, it should just be no bond. Period. You don't let an animal like this. And would this motherfucker be talking like this if this was his wife or his aunt or his sister or his daughter? Would he be talking like this? Would he be talking like this? No, he wouldn't be talking like this. Oh, let's try to understand her background. Fuck her background.
Right now, she should be in a hospital getting the help for her ongoing mental illness.
She'll get mental treatment in prison. She'll get treatment in prison.
And Jennifer Harris should be at home being a mother to her 6 children. Society has failed them both. This crime was totally preventable.
The only thing he said that made sense in that video was that this crime was totally preventable. That's it. Yeah, it was totally avoidable. And to say that y'all, but I hate when people go into the assuming, but I go into management mind, right? Because I know as managers, you have to make decisions that people aren't always going to like. That's just a fact. You're going to make decisions that people are not always going to be in favor of. That's life. That's the way life goes. But sitting here saying that all of this is on the manager and the manager should have known. No, the manager's not here to defend herself. This is just bullshit at this point. Let's quickly watch this video. We over time.
Family member of Afeni Muhammad reached out to me and asked me to share some kind of personal details about Afeni's life. It may have caused her to act this way. Now, I gotta say this, I'm not sharing this to change anyone's opinions about the situation, because regardless of what Afeni has been through, Jennifer should not have had to pay for that. Anyone shouldn't have had to pay for that. So this is not an excuse for Afeni. It's just giving you more details of why she is the way she is. And we kind of already knew just from the looks of a few of her videos that she's kind of had a rough life. A lot of people were also wondering where Afeni's family was. So her cousin does clear that up, and Afeni actually does have family that loves her. She said, since you like to share stuff, please share this about my little cousin Afeni. She had an abusive father and was homeschooled all her life and had to stay locked in rooms as kids, and they weren't really able to socialize with the outside world until they turned 18. Their dad was a strict Muslim, and each kid left home one by one with all different mental issues. I blame her parents because her mom should have been there. My cousin is only 26. She is from Maryland. What the hell is she doing in Michigan? I saw her in Landover 2 to 3 years ago. I had to get her number, but I didn't just think she would up and leave to Michigan, away from her family. We can't get to her, nothing. She snapped. She is very smart and kind and can draw her butt off. She had talent. I don't know why this had to happen to her. So if all of this is true, then it does explain a lot, but it's still just no excuse for 6 children to be without their mother. The whole entire situation is sad from both angles.
Boom. I don't care. Again, if you want me to care about your life and your story, get responsible. If you're not going to get responsible about it, then I don't care about it. I used to have friends. Everything is every job you get fired from, it's someone else's fault. Oh, this happened. Oh, that happened. Oh, this happened. Oh, that happened. It's never you. It's never what you could have done differently. It's not, oh, I could have said that better. I could have did that better. I could have been more attentive. I could have showed up on time. I should have never been late. All of these things. It's never you. When it's never them, they're generally the problem. And that generally spills over into their personal lives, where they're terrible friends and will mistreat people and think that people are supposed to walk on eggshells and consider their damn feelings all the time. And God forbid you need a moment, or God forbid they don't agree with something you do. I'm tired of it. Get responsible. You are responsible for your life, and you fucked your life up. And I'm not crying for you, Argentina. I feel no ways about it. I'm just so tired of people running around here acting like animals and thinking, oh, well, I can get a pass because I'm mentally ill. No, bitch. Announcing you're mentally ill is not an excuse. If you know you're mentally ill, then it's your responsibility to make sure you treat your mental illness, right? Because if you're cognizant enough to know that you're mentally ill, okay, y'all know what I'm saying. Anyway, this whole situation is unfortunate. Prayers to those 6 babies that's going to no longer have their mother. I hope y'all lives turn out way better than this animal, and I hope this animal gets life in prison without the possibility of parole, because she's a menace to society, and she doesn't have the temperament, the couth, or the mental stability to function in a free and fair society, period. And I feel no ways about it. So anyway, I appreciate y'all for watching. We went about 13 minutes over today, but it's cool. I appreciate it. And make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Once again, like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, you can go to AJsRANTroom.com. That's the merch store, AJsRANTroom.com. Appreciate y'all so much. I will catch y'all, Mayana. Peace.